Hey everybody, what's going on? Oh, sick! Oh, tight. Lige totally left me some Ritz crackers with cheese. Oh, that's the best. Sorry, totally got sidetracked. I saw those sitting in my chair over here and I had about lost my damn mind. Oh, God, those things are so good. Alright, anyway. Sorry about losing track of everything that was going on in my life up to that point. But welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 3, the ultimate driving simulator, where I'm taking a few days off. It was actually really nice to get a little bit of a break for a couple of moments. And we got one race left to do in the Fur Challenge. After that, we'll have an opportunity to do some other things. I just need to finish up this cracker real quick. Oh man, these things are so good. It's crazy. You wouldn't think that these little dinky-ass crackers with that questionably real or not cheese would be any good. But then you put just one of those things in your mouth, and having just enough of that cheese with those buttery, rich crackers, oh man. I could literally eat those all day long. I probably won't, because I'd probably end up splitting time between that and Triscuits with cream cheese, because dear sweet God in heaven, I went to the grocery store last night, and I picked up some, it's the dill, what is it, it's like dill and sea salt and olive oil or something like that, those Triscuits, and some jalapeno cream cheese, and oh man, those were something to behold, I'll tell you what. I could get down on those all day. So somewhere along the line between these little cheddar cheese Ritz cracker things and Triscuits with cream cheese, that is the ultimate problem to have, as far as, how long do I go with one before I switch to the other, or do I just like double fist them and do simultaneous dipping into things and eating them? Because I'll experiment with any amount of things in terms of that. Grocery stores are great, man. Whoever the person was that just invented that idea, they're like, why should people have to go out into the wilderness and go harvest their own shit when and we live in a civilized colony. Why not just have one building where I just put a whole bunch of that shit in one place? And people can just come in here and get whatever they want and then pay me money for having had it here for them. I mean, it's like the greatest idea in the world. And the best part is, I don't have to do shit. I can pay other people to go out and get the things for me to put in here and then make money off of it. Oh, God, yes. And thus the grocery store / general store was born. And it became one of the staples of human society. But I'll tell you what, I found out about one of the greatest iterations of a grocery store that has ever existed on this planet, and it is subsequently also the most America thing that has ever happened. So, my parents over the weekend, was really, really happy for them. They got to go for a little mini vacation over to the coast, and so they went and spent the night over there one night, and spent the better part of Saturday there as well. They just got to go out and do some shopping, have some awesome seafood, just kind of, relax and get away from, the doldrums of work for a little while, and just get to be themselves, I mean, not that they don't get to be themselves when they're at work, but there's just so much stress involved because, they literally control everything that goes on in it. And so, not a lot of time for them to just be them, and get to just enjoy things, the simpler things in life. They don't have to worry about, like, oh my God, did we get this order in today, and when we got to make the schedule and put it out, and I wonder if everybody's going to be able to work their shifts without anybody getting sick, or that kind of thing. And so they're out driving, and I decided not to bother them about anything, and all of a sudden, I think it was I believe it was Saturday morning, I got a text from my dad. I'm going to try to pull this thing up. I'm totally breaking the rules of safe driving right now, and I'm using my phone at this very moment. But I gotta see if I can pick it up. Here we go, under Jam Master J. And yes, that is what I have my dad's name under in my phone book, so don't worry about it. Oh God! Oh no! Oh, look at that little ricochet action. That actually worked out really well. I couldn't have picked a better angle to go careening into the wall than that, pretty much. Okay, so look, I'm just gonna pause it really quick. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to wait till I get to the end of the lap to do it. So he, out of nowhere, just sends me a picture. Oh God! He sends me a picture of this little grocery store that they pulled off into, and he's like, we just discovered this place, and I figured you really, if anybody, you would get a real kick out of this. And I was like, well, what's the deal with it? I mean, how could it be any different than a regular grocery store? And he sends me a picture, and it's a little like corner market type of store, and it's called Beaver Grocery and Firearms. Firearms and groceries. What kind of insane backwoods America grocery store is that? And how amazing is that it exists? I was like, what kind of freaking grocery store is that? He's like, oh, you know, the best kind, where you can go get beef jerky and an AK-47 if you really want. And I'm just sitting there thinking about like that is the weirdest. That is such a weird concoction of things. Like, hey, honey, could you go down to the store and get a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk? He's like, oh yeah, and you don't mind if I pick up like a Benelli while I'm out there, do you? Or maybe just like a 9mm, or perhaps just like a bolt action rifle. Yeah, get one for the kids too. It just it seems like such a strange collection of things to have in there, and like I can only imagine the way that store is even laid out. They just got like they got like the chips and candy right next to the boxes of ammunition cartridges, and they've got the rifles next to the milk, and they've got pistols over by the cheese, and they've got like the little weird section of crappy plastic children's toys that they'll use for like 3 days before they totally shatter and they have to throw them in the garbage, and they'll have that right next to like the silencers and and all that type of stuff. And it's just, I don't know, that seems like such an odd store, but at the same time I feel like the next time I go to the coast, I need to go to this place just so I can get a picture of what the inside of that is like. Because I've seen places like Bi-Mart before, where they've got like their gun section back there, but it's not, I wouldn't really call that like a grocery store and firearms emporium, if you will. I mean they sell like TVs and appliances and stuff in there, so that that wouldn't really be like it's not really like the same thing to compare it with. Or even like Walmart. Like Walmart also has kind of a a section like that where they sell weapons related stuff, kind of, sorta. And then they have groceries. But I mean, this place literally just groceries and just firearms. Like that. That's amazing. Oh God, the only thing that would make it really any more completely ridiculous would be like firearms, grocery, video arcade, and hair care center or something. Like that would make it the ultimate wild ride in there. So hey man, if you're trying to go pick up a bag of Doritos and maybe like an Uzi, then I think you may have found your ultimate place to go. So if you're ever anywhere near the Oregon coast on your way to Rockaway Beach, then hey man, I think you have found the place for you. Maybe pick up a couple of Marchan instant lunch bowls, and maybe like some top ramen, maybe a couple of boxes of shotgun shells, maybe like a couple of, who knows, maybe you can even get like a crossbow in there. They may even be like a firearms place that sells like weird like crossbow ammunition or like bow and arrow type of stuff in there, with maybe like the exploding bolts from the Evil Within. You never know. You never know. I never even know. I feel like you never know what you're gonna find in a place like that. Like you go in there, you're gonna expect to find some pretty regular ass ammunition, but I feel like you walk in there and you start looking around, you're gonna find some stuff. You're like, what the hell is this? You know, like, oh boy, they're really coming out with new ammo all the time. Looks like we got some higher velocity bullets that they stuff with like radioactive macaroni and cheese. Just in case they survive, that cheese is gonna just start melting away at their heart until they explode and die, and then reanimate into the living dead, and they'll come and feast upon your insides. All because you decided to shoot them with this fantastic Beaver brand radioactive macaroni and cheese high velocity handgun rounds. You never know, man. You never know what can happen. There's all sorts of weird stuff in this world, and with that, I'm gonna have another Ritz cracker thingy. I'm telling you, man, at some point, we're gonna have to get our win percentage to 86. I feel like we've been teetering on the line of 85 for a long time. This has to be the moment where we get past it. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Boy, if that thing doesn't scream like late 80s, maybe early 90s at best, then I don't know what does. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. We're almost at day 150. Good God. We are really plowing away at this thing. Have we made it to the promised land, ladies and gentlemen? We have not. Damn it all. 32.2%, but we're still sitting on that 85. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I truly think that we're never going to get there. Do we need this? Trano GT Apex Shigano version. Do we have another Trano hanging around? No, I think we sold it, actually. Oh, well, what are you going to do? We'll sell this one, too. I don't think it's really a necessary thing. And you know what? If it comes down to the fact that we need to get another one for some reason that I do not know just yet, I think we may or may not have enough money to go out and do that. So let's not worry our pretty little head here. Okay, so here's the thing. Now what do? We have options here. In the Amateur League, we have the Japanese Championship. We've got the European one as well, and then we got the Get World Championship. We've also got the FIFIF, and we have the FWID. So which one should we do? This is interesting. The FWID or the FIFIF? What do we have that would fit into that would probably handle the job pretty well? This guy? That's a fur. Okay. So definitely not that guy. Yeah, this would definitely... Ooh. This guy would actually be kind of cool to use. I wonder what we can do. Interesting. And we'll think about that for a minute. Kind of caught in a weird spot here. Just trying to figure out what would be the good idea to use in this particular thing. That's rear wheel drive. That's mid-engine. Kind of want to use this XR rally car because I don't know of a lot of other situations in which we would use it. So I think that'd be kind of a cool little thing to use. Let's see if we can improve on it a little bit more. If they give me the option to put some extra stuff into it, I'll totally do it. But I don't feel like they would do that. Usually with these rally cars that you're kinda... Oh, no. Okay. Alright, hey, I'll do this right here. I'll totally put a little bit of extra little elbow grease in there. Can't do anything too much there. Drivetrains probably all... Yeah, looks like all those things are pretty much well in hand. As to be expected. Lightweight, okay, yeah, these are all going to be that way. Interesting. I already went in there. I'm pretty sure suspension and brakes are probably well taken care of. They sure are. The only thing that I worry about with this is that it's got about 300 and something horsepower. That seems to me like it might not be enough. Well, you know what? This is what I'm going to say to this. This is what I'm going to say to this. I'm going to say, fuck it, let's go for it. Let's do it on a race, though, that we've got a nice straightaway in there that this thing can shine on. I think this might be the option. Because it's not like, okay, it's not like the cars that we were just dealing with in the other challenge were like way, you know, they were like way hyper-powered or anything. I think we should be able to handle this with this car. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Celica's 156, FTO. I mean, FTO might be the one that's going to give us the most challenge, if anything at all. I think we should be able to handle this group pretty easily. If we can't beat this group of cars with a bona fide, fully decked out rally car, I think we deserve to have our title stripped from us and then get a swift kick right in the gooch. So, yeah, this looks like it's going to be just fine. This is going to work out okay. Yeah, okay. Well, that's nice. I mean, we're going to be able to come away with a nice, you know, George W. on this one, and we'll have been able to actually drive this car for the first time. I've been kind of, okay, all right, that didn't really work out the way that I had planned. But I've been kind of, you know, looking for an opportunity to be able to get this car out and drive it, because I've wanted to. I love the way this car looks. It's very clean. That beautiful kind of candy apple slash, you know, like fire engine red color is just simply boner-inducing. Not to mention, I like the cool little gradient that it does towards the roof, where it goes from that red to a nice little orange with a smidgen of yellow up into that nice platinum white. I really like it. Okay, I do need to get used to how well this car handles, though. I'm so used to cars, like, not being able... I have to slow down a little bit and feather the brakes in order for it to get around turns like that. Otherwise, I'd really be giving these guys the slappy wag, but, thus so far, not quite the case. Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're totally good. I think what we'll do, like, these races seem to be taking a little bit of time. So here's my idea. I think what we're going to do is we're going to stop this episode right here at the end of this lap. And when we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator, we'll come back to this race and we'll finish it up. We'll move on to the other two races in there because it looks like we're going to be able to handle this just fine. I'm not really worried about it too much. And then yeah, we'll move on to presumably the FWID challenge, just because I love to call it FWID. So until then, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Take care.